the new members and to the old members that have found their way back to the community. I need you just as much as you need me. In this evening's live, wow, do we have a lot of stuff to go over. From liquidations to just that 8%, just over 6, well, actually it was getting closer to about 8% drop on Bitcoin. XRP's held up pretty well. We've got the XRP Bitcoin pairing, as we've been talking about forever, against Bitcoin right now. It's up 3.69%. Once again, it's starting to come up here and trying to have a breakout. It very well, though, because of how oversold Bitcoin is, this could come rocketing back down here in a moment, unless XRP takes a big boost up. But let me just say hi to everybody real quick. TK, welcome in. Tanya May, welcome in, and love, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. It sure is trying, H-Bar. H-Bar's trying. It's hanging on to that support structure we've talked about. But we'll go over H-Bar this evening. Peyton Shoemake, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months, along with UK Phil. I appreciate you both so much for that. Says, hello, Tom, XRP family from Big D XRP. Hey, not too far from you, my friend. Trading with J-Ride, welcome in. Thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. Eking in closer each passing month to that 3-year XRP Diamond Hands badge. Can't wait until you get there. So we'll talk about XRP's price action. We'll talk about how the volume that came in was skyrocketing. We had some skyrocketing volume here, about 170% amid the multi-million. There was a $240 million, or 281 million market crash. Bitcoin had massive liquidations. But I want to focus on the XRP volume just for there. But we'll talk about a little bit deeper with Bitcoin's price as well. As Bitcoin's just over 60,000 right now. It was massively oversold. It's pushed out in the shorter time frames, but the 1 hourly's breaking a little bullish here, it looks like. But we were so oversold here, it was pretty unbelievable. Oh, thank you for doing the copy. Yeah, I did the copy trade, like I said this morning. The first trade, as I suspected, it got stopped out, but I did open up the eventual trade, and I did Bitcoin where it was ended up oversold, and I bought it where I thought was the formation of either the start of an inverted head or the inverted right arm. And right now our average buy-in's right at around 60,056, I believe it is. Let me take a look real quick. But yeah, you're welcome for that. And if anybody's interested with that, you can always look in the video description below and our pinned comments, and you can join us along the journey as it's just starting. Let's see, 60,062 was the buy-in on average. And I was a little higher, but when it went down on that drop, I invested 20% more on that $100 trade, and it brought it to just near 60,000. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then as well, if I can get more copy traders on BLOFIN, I'm going to open a trade on there as well once we find it. It doesn't have to be Bitcoin. I just look for the oversold formations, and then we go. I'm not somebody who trades with a stop loss, so I have a different kind of strategy. I just need to see on my first trade exactly how the plus minus goes. So that's the only reason I closed it and reopened it. But now you can obviously see my strategy if you are taking part. So I do appreciate everybody who's a part of that as well. John Hall, welcome in. Kyle Kupiak, welcome. Wales, Josie Wales, welcome in. And thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in here this evening. I really, really do. We've got so much to talk about. Let me timestamp this very quickly. Then I'll finish saying hi as I see you guys come in. So good evening. 6:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, June 24th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate everybody here this evening. The Fed got hacked today. More FUD incoming. Oh, why am I not surprised? Jossie Sauce, welcome in, was force-fed to Joe Biden. Yes, I know. It's going around everywhere right now. The whole first debate and all that, yada, yada. Yada, yada, yada. Vage, welcome in. I appreciate seeing you in here again, buddy. Appreciate seeing you in here. Coffee and Crypto, welcome in, and you are welcome, friend. You are welcome, friend. It's a tough time to navigate, so I'll tell you right now, futures trading is not for the faint of heart. But there's a reason why I do it at $100 with the community. Because then, as you've seen when it dropped down, some of you were probably like, oh my God, we're about to lose all our $100 already. And, you know, the strategic 20% buy, when it gets to a certain level, brought us down a little bit. And now we're, you know, we're right at that practically even level. But you got to monitor your own risk, too. Just don't rely on what I'm doing. Have your own parameters in there. But I trade a unique way. I trade a unique way. The Gatman, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon badge. Yeah, coffee and crypto, you're going to have to play with that a little bit. And try to figure out the settings best to, you know, your settings. I prefer you have it on an X1. So it's just on my trade, because if you're doing it 21 times, that means you opened up $2,100. And then when it was down like that 22% when I added more, and now it came back to even, but you probably were shitting your pants. But if anybody's wondering, that's why I have it in cross margin. I have only a little bit over the top just in case. So anyhow, that's going to be a fun journey. That's going to be a fun journey. I have 6,211 extra. That is a decent amount. For anything over 5,000 is that decent range. It's not a bad amount. But it's based on your own personal portfolio too. You know, imagine XRP at, you know, at $10 one day, 6,000 tokens. You know, you're looking at $62,000. Is that enough for you? If it's at all-time highs, you're looking at over 30K. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good amount. XRP connoisseur, welcome in. CJ2 Pilot, thanks for continuing to be part of Tom's Army for 6+ months with the XRP Predictor emoji badge. Greatly appreciate such the dedication. And if you're looking to trade with me, whether you want to do it on BLOFIN or you want to do it on sorry, I was looking at this latest. I need to see this little spike real quick. Caught my attention. But right before I came on, I wanted to see if we're going to reverse here. I kind of looks like it's trying to in the 3-minute for XRP. What do we think? Do we think it's trying to reverse here? Honestly? Or do we think that this is a... I think it's trying to reverse here. That's what I noticed. And right when I was switching through here, that the number came up just a tiny bit. But on HOTCOIN, you can join me with the copy trading or trade for yourself. And there's so many different pairs and ecosystems. Or if you don't want to trade there either, there's also BLOFIN as well to copy trade. Now, if you're just in the USA and you're looking for the best usability, BITUNIX I love using. So that they're all in the video description below. The pinned comments have BLOFIN and HOTCOIN. So take your pick. I just can't copy trade on BITUNIX. So I'm trying to make this a more immersive experience for the audience now, so that we can kind of trade together here a little bit. It's just like I always say, it's not for the faint of heart. So moving on, if you are watching, please make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube will recommend this live. I think it's very vital, especially in these dump moments, that you start watching these updates. XRP very well could have put in a nice W reversal on a bull flag here. So we'll see how this plays out. It's not looking the worst it could be, but we definitely don't want to get a rejection here for XRP at this 47.3. Now, the good thing about what we're seeing is yesterday in our update, we talked about if XRP broke the 48-cent mark, we'd have just about a 3.3% drop. And it happened perfectly. Right down to this 46.6 cents. And then if this would have been lost, and it didn't show any bounce, you could have lost all the way up to 13% of the cup and handle support. But at least we knew the drop points. So we knew the next area. This was a small pattern, small consolidation, but then a little bit bigger, you know, formation underneath. Remember yesterday in my update in the morning, did anybody remember in the update I talked about the Inception style chart? Instead of it being a dream within a dream within a dream, it's a chart within a chart within a chart. And what I mean by that, we've got the cup and handle. And then inside the cup and the handle, we've got a slightly smaller formation here on this consolidation. And within that consolidation, we've got a slightly smaller consolidation. And each of which leads to their own, if it breaks down out of each of them, there's their own consequences. And this consequence was coming down to 46.6 cents. It came down. It actually came down to about 462. And now if it bounces off of it, it could be trying to create a W reversal. First thing we'd be looking for is a bounce back here, somewhere around 484. See if we get that small rejection, or if now we're ready to come back up to the top of this resistance to the 511. Hey Tom, what's your thoughts on Chad Steinograph's take? I would find it hard. I gotta finish reading that. I don't really have a take, to be honest with you. I gotta finish reading what you said, though. I can't say anything without at least reading the last little part. So, it's an interesting spot we're in here. It's an interesting spot. XRP was a little oversold. Find it hard that they would make supply that scarce. Yeah, it is a little hard to believe. It is. So I don't really have a take. I would have to deep dive a little bit more into more sides of this. We do need to get past the 487 is a good area. Trading with J-Ride. First things first, we got to get past this pattern that we broke in the very immediate short term, and that's at 484. Then we definitely got to get past where you were saying that 200-day in the 3-hour and 4-hourly is going to be a bitch. Right at 502 in the 4-hourly. But I mean, if anything, the XRP Bitcoin pairing at least has shown us a little strength against Bitcoin. Now the question is can we finally get this continuation? Can we finally get this continuation? That would be nice. And we've known for a while, if we can break up and hold this 780, that's when we get the major volatility to the upside. The problem is right here is we could be tapping a little bit on the XRP Bitcoin pairing just momentarily, just because Bitcoin's so oversold. Like, I can't remember the last time where I seen Bitcoin so oversold in some of these small, even in the daily. Even with what's happening, look how oversold we are. 4-hourly is just crazy oversold. 3-hourly starting to break a little bit. 2-hourly's put a nice bullish reversal candle. Broke bullish and is still oversold. The hourly's in that neutral area. If it breaks past here, it could just end up pouring it on here. The close is in 55 minutes at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, sir, Messi. Yes, sir. Jorge, welcome in, homie. I'm so glad to see you in here. JW, welcome in, friend, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for well over a year now with the I Told You So badge. And yes, Julie does rule. Jules does rule. She sure does. And she's also sporting that XRP Diamond Hands badge as well, being in Tom's Army for over 3 years. What a sport she is. What a sport. So yeah, Bitcoin being so oversold. Some of the other time frames are getting back to that neutral area. If you see us in the smaller time frames break past that midpoint, look out. Look out. We massively oversold them because of Tanya. Speaking of our beautiful and lovely and always very informative Tanya, because of her, I was able to, I shared it to my Twitter just now before I came on, and I didn't even say what it was. I just said, thanks, Tanya. She shared these buy orders that were filled now on Bitcoin. There was 17.33 Bitcoin filled at 58,888. There was 28.87 Bitcoin filled at 59,000. There was a buy order at 59,595 that's now filled, and that was 64.96 Bitcoin. And then there was another one at 59.5 or 59.5K at 17.73 Bitcoin. So you figure that's 80, 110, about 120 Bitcoin that were filled through these orders just through this. These are some spot orders that are now filled. So if you're wondering why the price is starting to have a nice resurgence, a lot of people started to buy into it. Now, I'm telling you, there was heavy liquidations down there as well. So when I was starting the copy trade, I was buying at first area. I thought we could either be reversing or it was putting in an inverse right arm. So what I did was it was right around 60,002 something. I bought in, and then when it got down, and it was $100, like 103 or whatever. And then when it came down, it was at like 58,800. I bought $20 more because it was about 22% down, which is 2.2% on a 10x. And I bought $20 more, brought our average to about 60,000. I said it right when we started, right around 60,058 or whatever. So Yes, please, Tanya, do. Please do, and I'll share it to Twitter, and then I'll be able to look at it very easily on here as well. But does everybody understand what I'm saying here with Bitcoin? How it came down? It had some massive liquidity candles, and then we got some nice whales that bought several. It was over 20, roughly. Let's see, 60-something million dollars worth of Bitcoin were purchased. So, I think it's an interesting spot to be in. And if you are copy trading me, please, it's not for the faint of heart. So you've got to trust the process. Understand that we were trying to test the copy or the stop loss, but I don't traditionally use one. But just for the audience sake, and it was within $65. So it was within $65 of the stop loss, and then obviously you've seen I opened the next position much lower, and now that's what we're in, and that's where I ride. So our liquidation's around 54,000 something, and I really don't think that that's in jeopardy, but you really never know. So right now the risk is $124 roughly, and I'm very happy about it. We're slightly up, very minute, and if it does have the continuation here, it's going to be a pretty continuation. If not, I'm going to assess it as it goes down and possibly even add more to it. So if you're wondering why the first one it was a sell out of it. There was actually three. There was one for like plus 2 point something %, and that was me testing it on a straight close to see how close it came in. It was within 0.4%, which I was actually pretty happy about. The other one was to test the stop loss, which I would have preferred for it to break up, but you know, you got to test it out before you get into the bigger moments. And then now we're just doing the actual position. There's no difference. So it's down about, if you're trading with me, you're down about $13, I want to say, in totality between those two opening and closing. And now this trade's like $124. So, you know, no risk, no reward. But now you're going to see how I actually trade. So you got the first glimpse of how I seen when it went down the percentage. I seen exactly where it was at with the relative strength index, the stochastic, and with the buy orders, thanks to Tanya as well. And I was able to make an educated and informed decision now. So now we're back in the positive, and we have a little bit more in the pot here. So it's interesting, but I'm glad to be doing it with everybody. I'm glad to be doing it with everybody. And if you're interested in that, it's in the video description below and our pinned comments. HOTCOIN is where we have it open right now, but I would love to, if we can build up some on the copy trading over on BLOFIN as well. I will do it on both exchanges. Some have their own ways. If you have signed up for BLOFIN because they like the way that's set up, some have signed up for HOTCOIN because they like the way it's set up, and then some, like me, I love BITUNIX, but I can't copy trade. And there's a lot more coins on coin. Yeah, there's just a lot more coins. Yeah, that's the bottom line. On HOTCOIN, there's a lot more coins and of tokens, and you have a lot more ecosystems to tap into. And then you're basically in charge of your own keys when it comes to BLOFIN, because it's not, you're gonna have to look into it, and we'll talk about it more. But it's I think it's a very innovative way, but it's not going to be for everybody. And everything I talk about you can use in the USA without VPN, and I will continue to stay ahead. And the moment somebody doesn't let us, it's on to the next one who I believe will let us. It's just that simple. So XRP skyrockets 170% in volume amid 281 million market crash. And if you do appreciate my work, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the over 22,100 plus subscribers. And share this on social media, as well as hitting that like button so YouTube recommends it. It'll show up in news feeds if you do in fact hit that like button. And then if you appreciate my work, consider joining Tom's Army. I would love to see more members in Tom's Army. I would love to see some of you when you get up to that 3-year mark with the XP Diamond Hands emoji badge. But there's many in between. You can become up just now. Just signed up for HOTCOIN yesterday. Excellent, Michael. And thank you for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XP meter. I'm actually having a lot of fun on HOTCOIN. Very user-friendly. Some people say otherwise, but I've had no issues. I've sent money on, sent money off. I even sent 3,500 on, then sent it right off to another exchange just to send it back, just to see how easy it was to send off. No issues. And I did not do a KYC or VPN. I've had no issues with BLOFIN. But I don't have enough people on there yet to where I can even open a copy trade. So if you do feel comfortable, you can join on either one of them. Either one of them. And if you want to attach to me, XRP Future MIL. And I'm very, very transparent. How are in Tom's army now? What do you mean, George? You are in Tom's army. You're in Tom's army for 3 months now with the XRP Meteor, George. I thank you for that. Jack of all trades says about to sign up right now. Excellent. The more the merrier, friends. The more the merrier. Please do old XRP Future Maryland Solace and hit that like button, please, so we can push this content. If you believe in what we do or XRP, hit that like button. I'm trying to bring myself to more of you in a more immersive way. And yes, I'm not doing a $1,000 trade. I refuse. We could, but I'm not going to. We're going to build good fundamentals, whether we win or lose. I have no idea, George. I don't look anymore how many are in Tom's army. It became too stressful to see. I know we've taken a hit of about, since the start of the year, because of all the volatility to the downside. We're down about, I'd say a good 10 to 12% in XRP Tom's army members, if I'm being honest. Down about 10 to 12% in the last about 6 months. That's me being transparent with you. I honestly don't know the number, though. I don't obsess over the number. I just appreciate the ones I see coming through. XRP had no loss on the drop because it never does anything. They're making it more like a stable coin that make XRP great again. There's no doubt about that. XRP demonstrating lesser losses among top 10 cryptos. So according to CoinMarketCap data, XRP has experienced, you're welcome, make XRP great again, and thank you for being a vital part of it. You've been in here so many times during the lives, you've actually helped me make content now with the back and forth. It's incredible. So, and that goes for a lot of you in here who join in on the lives every day. According to CoinMarketCap data, XRP has experienced a significant surge in trading volumes, skyrocketing by 170%, even as the market faced a significant sell-off. Cryptocurrencies tumbled deeper into a correction on Monday, with Bitcoin dipping to near 60,000, actually at about 58,000. Was it about 58,500 roughly? Somewhere around there. Somewhere around there. Dipping to near 60K and about 58.5 is what I remembered ultimately. Altcoins seeing even deeper pullbacks during the same period. The sudden pullback triggered over 281 million in liquidations of leveraged derivatives trading positions across all digital assets, CoinGlass data shows. Out of this amount, over 259 million in crypto longs were liquidated in the past 24 hours as major tokens slid some even as much as 10%. Despite the market's overall bearish sentiment, traders have flocked to XRP, driving its trading volumes higher. According to CoinMarketCap data, XRP's trading volume has surged by 170% in the last 24 hours, reaching 1.035 billion. The surge in activity suggests that investors are either capitalizing on the volatility or positioning themselves for anticipated movements in the XRP price. See, this is interesting. Jack of all trades, yes, welcome to the club, buddy. I'm actually, you guys can tell, I'm having fun with these new exchanges that I'm starting to trade on over the last 6 months to a year. And it's becoming even funner now that I found ways to copy trade. And yeah, it's nothing major. We're up all of 1.5% in our copy trade. But the point is if you've seen it true, you got to see it drop 22%. We bought 20% more, and now it's back up. See, we would still be a slight bit down, but instead we got back to even by about 250 points sooner. I'm trying so hard to teach good fundamentals, and guess what? It could cost you money, and it could cost me money. Because everybody in here, including myself, it's cost us just about $15.76 per person on that stop loss. But we made $2.80 on the other one, so we're about $13 in the hole that we've got to make up now. And yeah, some would say, oh, it's $13. Yeah, but to me, $13, as long as we learn something, we did. We learned the stop loss, how it works, and it was within 65 points, so we have to understand the plus minus right now. But I don't generally use a stop loss, as you see. So if you're wondering, what the hell, there's no stop, that's why. So XRP's price fell 2.32% in the last 24 hours to 47.66 cents. At press time as cryptocurrency, and it went down a little bit lower as we know. At press time, and I want to see what Tanya said too. Tanya, she said in 6 days, so I'm going to read what Tanya said. after we get done reading this, okay, everybody? Because she has a very, very important point. Very, very important point. Like, holy smokes. Tanya, that's incredible. That's awesome, honestly. And then, man, that is so awesome reading some of the stuff that the audience shares. Tanya, thank you so much. I'm going to read that in just a sec. I saved it just so I can remember. Okay, so there's that. I got Tanya stuff. All right, beautiful. So let's finish this. XRP fell, like we said, like blah, blah, blah. Monday's trading session opened around 48 cents before falling to a low of 46.38 cents. So, and here's the chart right here. The crypto market's losses widened after its second worst weekly decrease of 2024, reflecting lower demand for Bitcoin exchange-traded funds and monetary policy uncertainties, emanating from concerns about the Federal Reserve's scope to decrease interest rates fast from a two-decade high. For some analysts, the decline in digital asset is a warning indication of the overall risk appetite. Amid this, XRP was demonstrating lesser losses amongst the top 10, most of which saw between 4 and 6%. Market analysts are closely monitoring XRP's price movement as increased trading activity could signal investors' positioning, and I agree with that. And there's one thing, and you know what, I could probably get this on TradingView. And for everybody who stuck around, thank you. You have no idea how much it means to me to see so many people here on a day when Bitcoin's down still better than 4.8%. XRP still stagnant. But when it comes to Bitcoin, as we've already talked about Bitcoin a little bit, we'll get into the Bitcoin chart here in a second. Or well, we'll do it. We already talked about it once, but right now, the biggest resistance right now coming up, first resistance is 60,606 area. We do have the 20-day here, but I'm assuming if it's going to break down more, it would tap those areas. And the reason why it's important is Bitcoin right now, it's fallen within the pennant flag, but a lot of times, if it can get out of here before the daily closes, it's nothing more than a wick. And right now, I'm going to be honest with you, we need to get back above anywhere around 60,555 in the close would be fine with me. Anywhere over 60,555 would be fine for me. And that was where I targeted that buy-in, around that area. And then we were able to make it a little bit cheaper and have a little bit more into it, even though it's up now just a tiny bit on the drop. So we monitor, we execute, and you know, we let it play out. We don't become afraid. We don't deal with emotions. I don't look at the screen. I don't care how much it's up or down. I know what I'm looking at. I know my routine. And right now we're trying to play on, and it's very simple. We've talked about this for the better part of a month or more. What I am trying to play on here, inverse head and shoulders pattern. If it plays this out, and we talked about how it could have possibly come to here. It didn't quite hit there, but it came damn close, and it held the 200-day support, which was a beautiful touch. If it comes back up over the pennant flag, this is beautiful. And the inverse head and shoulders very well from a much bigger perspective here, and the daily's oversold still. Could make its push. If it comes down, and for whatever reason, my trade goes sideways, and I lose it, well, you know, that's part of the risk. You know, nothing ever comes without a price. So, but there will be risk management here now if something happens, obviously. I'll assert. I'll see how it plays out here. 2 hourly's trying to break bullish, though. It already started to. We need a little bit of follow-through, but it's going to be pretty flat here until about 8 o'clock. And if we can get closer to 60,500, the fact we came up as far as we have is in no way I can put it a miracle. Because had it have continued how it was, it would have invalidated this pennant flag. And mine is not 100% on because... Let me delete that. I'll put that back. But mine is not 100% on. It was close. But it was a little off, I could tell in the daily. Just like the bottom's just a little bit off. Now it's back. So the number here is... Holy shit. That makes a big difference. Okay, we're actually over the pennant flag support. See, I could have just screwed us up here if I wouldn't have readjusted that because it came off a little bit. I must have hit it when I was going up and down. It needs 60,150. 60,150. Shady says, I respect the hustle, bro. Diamond hands XRP. I will tat diamonds on my hands once I make a million. Excellent. Well, you said you appreciate the hustle. See the hair? I have not cut my hair in so long. Look at that gray. Look at that gray. It's you know, I meant to dye it sooner, but now you can see it's coming in strong. That gray hair is coming in strong. And I like dyeing it every so often, but I've gotten a little bit lackadaisical here. There's no doubt about that. But I can definitely see that gray. But I I haven't cut my hair in over a year. Um, as I told everybody I wouldn't until XRP hit $1. Come on, guys. Is my hair not getting long? By now, it's getting long. Oh yeah, and the grays, you see that like right there? They come in a little strong sometimes in some areas. That's one big area. Sides of the goatee, another one. Underneath's not terrible. Some here, but when I don't dye my hair, it's pretty good except for like little spots here. Top's pretty good except all around the base. And, you know, if you look from far away, it's like, oh my god, I'm going bald. And then you're like, oh my god, it's gray. It's all fucking gray. So, yeah. That's, but anyhow, I appreciate, having my hair not cut for over, it'll be a year in July. And that whole thing, if you're new, I won't cut my hair till XRP hits $1. And even if it hits $1, I might not cut it because I've been enjoying doing this for so long. I might not do it even when it hits $1. I might wait till all-time highs. My goatee, I haven't cut the length, only had Julie trim the sides because it started getting bushy, and I need to at least make it look somewhat good. But yeah, it's been a while since I dyed the hair. You can tell. Whew. And I've had the stuff sitting here. I've just been lazy. And I use a ammonia-free dye because I'm not putting that shit in my hair with ammonia. So every 3-4 weeks, you can start to see the gray. Tom's toenails are ripping through his FUBU sneakers. XRP to 1. Yeah. But yeah, I got 3 kids here. One of my own 2-step kids. The 1-step, Michaela, she's about to be 18 in February, but she's a senior now starting next year. And she's been with me since she was 7, so over 10 years. And Scarlett's about to be 11 in August, and I moved in with her when she was 1. And my son's about to be 5 in July. So it's been a healthy gray evolution, huh? A healthy gray evolution is what I'll call it. So that's what we see with that Bitcoin. So 60,150, we're looking to get that close there. And then that would be a beautiful, just an absolutely beautiful close over that area. And the beauty for our trade is, our trade's under that, between the 2 different spots where we actually purchased during this trade. So I'm right where I want to be. Sean Crothers, welcome in, my main man from Maine. Hopefully you're having a blessed evening as always, my friend. And I hope some of you made some money off the XRP Bitcoin pairing. I really, really do. I really, really do. It's the one bright spot here besides DGB and crypto. DGB's up 4.94% to 0080. And a lot of times, DGB will front run the market. And it was severely oversold. We talked about this little formation. I circled it. And the only thing that could have happened here is we were looking for possibly a pull down to 645. It completely reversed after it hit 743. And now it's actually on a very bullish hourly candle right now. So DGB could start a fresh rally here and maybe start pushing that 900 level again, the 009. And it's severely oversold as well in the daily. A lot of these are oversold. We like to hear oversold instead of overbought. It's a turning point here. So now Bitcoin price dropped to 50,000 before parabolic run. If that happens, we're going to have to get some kind of back test here for more volatility. We're running low on liquidity. And it says over 500 million exits Bitcoin ETFs, which that's kind of stretching it just a tiny bit because they're talking about all products related to Bitcoin. So, but whatever, we hope to see some switching it off. We're looking. So anyhow, that's that. XRP, I'm trying to figure out if there's anything I missed. Oh, yeah. We talked about the skyrocketing volume. Yes, please hit the like button. 73 likes, 96 people watching. We're doing pretty damn good. So XRP, we don't want to do the skyrocketed one. We want to see the volume. We already did the skyrocketing. So over 70 million XRP tokens on the move. What you need to know. And this was from 1:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today, June 24th, 2024. Courtesy of Crypto Potato is this article. Massive movements of a large number of XRP tokens have been taking place throughout the past 24 hours. And many are wondering what's their purpose. In total, over 70 million worth of XRP has been on the move, part of it going out of known Binance addresses. The first one saw 28,218,783 XRP worth around 13.5 million at the time of transaction transferred from Binance. The second one saw 26,234,427 XRP worth 12.4 million transferred from the exchange. The last one saw 30,820,000 XRP worth 14.9 million XRP moved from an unknown wallet. So there's the three purchases. All three of these transactions were flagged by the popular bot Whale Alert on X. Where did all that XRP go? That's the question that everyone is asking. Well, the first two transactions totaling around 54 million tokens both went into... Okay, so yes, I see the XRP LFG. So basically the way they're spinning this, and you know, Trump, Biden, I'm not political. They both work for the establishment, the central banks around the world. But I won't say anything more than that because I'm going to get kicked out. And JW will tell me I got to be easy. But if Biden, yes, that's the crypto-friendly side. So that would be the central banks realizing we got to go digital faster. There would be a hit on the dollar. You'd get de-dollarization. And then our gold, silver, precious metals would skyrocket. With Biden, there would be more of an assault on crypto. But you're going to see a massive flip in the first talk. In the first, I'm just telling you the agenda. The first debate, Biden's going to do a flip on crypto, I believe, to try to buy some votes. At least that side. And remember, it's already predetermined. I'm not, nope, here we go. That's the question that everyone is asking. Well, the first two transactions totaling around 54 million tokens, both went into two, and yes, JW, I love the kiddos as well. Wouldn't change a damn thing I've done the last 10 years. It's the first time in my life that I got a 10-year section I did right. Not that I was doing bad before, but I broke my back in my early 20s, so that set me back. But no, my 30s, from 32 to 40, I made the biggest jump. Well, no, from 36 to 40, I made the biggest jump in my life. I did in 4 years what it took me 36 years to do. I did it in 4 years. When I figured out how to work things in my favor. You know, so it's entirely possible that Binance has been moving. Oh, wait a minute. Therefore, it's highly likely that this is an internal operation initiated perhaps out of security reasons. It's entirely possible that Binance has been moving the funds to cold storage or to two different addresses following a security protocol. The third transaction, the one worth almost 15 million, was made from an account that has been previously activated by Ripple back in 2022. It was sent to the cryptocurrency exchange Bitstamp. This is a standard procedure. For years, Ripple has been sending XRP to Bitstamp and other cryptocurrency exchanges to liquidate. In other words, there is nothing out of the ordinary. This doesn't seem like any cause for concern. So Ripple, interesting. Very, very interesting. It's really not, though. We know they dump at certain points. Nothing to be, nothing to see here. Peter Schiff's issue. Can only imagine what he said. But I'm tired of reading that stuff right now. So XRP, what we're looking at here, just to put everything on the line right now. XRP needs to hold the short-term consolidation at 472, and we'll slowly but surely work our way back up in time to that 50.5 and ultimately 51. Right now it's about 51.1 cents. And then possibly we can work to the pivot point at 533 and up to this 64 cent cup and handle resistance. Otherwise, like we said, Inception. That's a dream inside of a dream. This is a chart within a chart I talked about yesterday morning before any of these drops happened. It was right here, and we talked about if it dropped down, we come down 3.3% here, and that's what's happened. Now, we need to use this as a bottoming formation, come back up and break about 484, and start pushing on our merry way to this real resistance up here. Now, the bitch part is, if this is resistance, we could find ourselves, whoops. How did this happen? This was at 46.6. Ah, crap. I think it was something like that. Almost. That was actually pretty close. Because we were saying... something like that. It's something like that. All right, so, but we could get a resistance here, even if it straggles out, even if it hits over here at like 48, you could get it down here too on that overextension. Then it could find itself within a wedge here if it falls into it. And this happens, it's common. We'll get a rebound, and then it'll end up falling in a wedge, and then before it bounces out, it'll create some kind of reversal if it's meant to. And you can see this could be an inverse in a short-term setup. See that? If it does something like that. That could be a short inverse head and shoulder. A short-term setup. But XRP, I mean, it's in a pivotal point. It's in a pivotal point for sure. If it doesn't do this, it's going to take the down round. That could lead us to 42.4 cents, honestly. XRP, I think it's all going to go down. It very well could. It very well could. It very well could all go down. Like I said, this is not for the faint of heart right now. You're trying to, based on what you know in the technicals, to try to find some opportunity. Right now, I believe XRP continues to be an opportunity on every drop. It's over 2 for $1. So, yep, nothing major is going to happen until the court case is settled. And one way or the other, by settlement or by virtue. Tom, you're talking pennies. Pay attention, folks. Dollars. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, JW. It is nothing more than pennies. And literally 2 for $1 plus some. 2 for $1 plus about 6% more. So you get even about 6% more than 2 for $1 right now. So, the hard considerations here to be made. And it comes down to Bitcoin. We're looking for a close right now over 61,150. It's actually a tiny bit lower, but I like that number because it hits it perfectly to the top side. Or, I mean, you could put it a little bit higher, but I decided to keep it to the lower side. And then in the daily, what that does, even with that wick, you would have a daily close over that falling channel. And this is the back test we've been talking about forever. It's back testing as we speak. It even went down far enough to back test the 200-day in the daily, which is very important. Don't kid yourself. That held that 200-day on that drop. Make no mistake about it. So now we get to see how it reacts at 60,150. Me too, Tanya. You know, the maddest I am is when my uncle talked about it when I was young. You know, I was very young at the time. I didn't have a lot of money to my name. And he was talking about how just every paycheck put so much into it. And at the time, you couldn't buy partial Bitcoin. So I would have had to pay for the whole Bitcoin. So I couldn't have just did $50 a week, and that would have been a lot easier. But I had to come up with anywhere between $600 to $800 when it was at those prices per Bitcoin on the spot. And when you're broke, living paycheck to paycheck, and have no investment wherewithal whatsoever, and you're a fucking idiot, excuse my French, but I was, you missed opportunities like that. But I see the same cycle in a different way with some of the IoT and the ISO tokens setting up for this digital. Even the AI tokens, which another reason why I like HOTCOIN is they've got the AI section as well, the AI ecosystem, and you've got everyone you can imagine on there. But yeah, that's exactly what I learned. We're learning. And when I come on here every day, I tell you the truth. You know, and I like to let it all out there because then we can talk about our common experiences. Like right now we're in limbo. We're absolutely in limbo. We know the US dollar is overinflated. It's basically, like we've been talking about for a while, it's on a last hurrah. And this last hurrah could lead us anywhere between 108, if they're overzealous, to 112. If they want this channel, that's rising channel, to continue up, and they want to resist again, that's 116. Do we have the testicular fortitude to get there? I don't know if we can get over 108. I don't know. XRP, I appreciate you watching every day. I really, really do. And yesterday I was sad I didn't get to do my live because I went to my dad's house. I didn't get back until a little later than I wanted to do the live. And it was just too busy. And, you know, T with, he had a long day and he was a little emotional. So, you know, I decided to, it's one of those days. I have testiculars, but I want XRP to moon, that's all I know. Yes, sir. Same here. Yes, sir. I do as well. And, like, there's a few others that I would like to see. H-Bar right now is a champ, ladies and gentlemen. It is an absolute champ right now. Look how it touched our support. And, Tanya, you remember when I talked to you and I said, if you haven't bought in yet, and I told everybody in the live, the targeted move would be somewhere around X marks the spot to buy in around that 7.3 if it was going to play out that way. Downtrending resistance was met down here around 7.4. Look how it hit. It came all the way to 7.25, and now look how quick it broke out of here. This was an absolute beautiful back test, and if you're asking me, you could be in the early stages of this inverse head and shoulders actually showing its true identity. Ba-boom, 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 and out. Oh, boy. If that happens, you could get a massive retest all the way back up to 10 cents. I wasn't joking when I said there was an opportunity setting up for H-bar. Casper's being a champ as well. I didn't even look at this side of town yet today. Casper came all the way down to about 195 here. And now it's also broken out of its back test. It came a little down, but then pushed. This is nice right now from Casper, H-bar. What all XRP Healthcare is doing right now. It's continuing that. Remember when I told everybody, if you're looking to buy in, wait for the consolidation down. That's what I do. I have it staking from 2.7 cents on average. And now I can buy more if it comes into that area if I decide to. If not, I just continue staking it for the 6 months, then restake it. This is a years-long proposition. This money doesn't even exist to me, but I'm pretty certain that if it didn't break out here, that we could come back all the way down to like that 2.4. So if you think the good days are done just yet, they're not. But it's all about how you accumulate, ladies and gentlemen. H-bar is going as DAG goes. That's not incorrect. It very well could. V-Chain's a great buy at 2.5, up 1.12% today. But I mean, V-Chain, in theory, if it wants to come back to the support structure, you could even add onto that position tiny if it happens. But it's right there. You actually made a good buy if you bought this current support structure, because it came right down to the uptrend. So unless it breaks through this, you have to come right down to the support. Let me get rid of this so everybody's not confused. That was if it took the up route, which it did not. And it took the down route, as all of crypto did. We created these topping formations. So now, even if bearish, what you're looking for, I'm going to be honest with you, what you're looking for with V-Chain, even if it goes bearish, is you're looking for this bounce out and to try to see if, in fact, it's creating some kind of right shoulder and then out. That's what we'd be looking for, maybe something like this. But if you want a nice recovery, you want this V-shape, consolidation, up, and out. That's what I would want. So V-Chain, good buy there, whoever bought it there. Obviously, it could fall through, but just on the onset of coming down to its true support, not a bad buy. Not a bad buy. So, I mean, that's basically everything and anything and everything I wanted to talk about. So, yeah. We'll just go over and watch how it goes here for the next, like, 12 to 13 minutes while I'm still on. We'll talk about this as well. H-bar utility is DAG. Thank you for that info, George. Yeah, H-bar is a true, that is one to be, that's a true player right there, H-bar. Casper is a big one as well. Big one as well. If you're looking long-term spot for a reason. I do small copy trades with the community that I'm just starting with the futures. And when I say small, I mean $100. It's $124 total dollars. And I have a plan when I go into it. So, you know, if things go horribly wrong, they go horribly wrong. So, XDC, somebody said before we leave, down 1.14% of the 316. This one's pushing into oversold in the daily. It's come down to the support. It's just on the bottom. Well, let's make sure that that's still lined up properly, because I do move a lot on the charts. Whoops. It's a little off, but not much. It wasn't much off. I just must have moved it over just a tiny bit on accident. More like this. Because it's come down. It's actually down to that support, which is interesting. So if you were looking to buy and you hadn't bought yet, this is exactly where you would have been targeting. Somewhere around this 3-1 area. But it's oversold in the daily. 4 hourly is oversold minutely. 3 hourly a little more oversold. 2 hourly oversold. 1 hourly is breaking back a little bit into the bullish side. But it's still got a long ways to go. Long ways to go to break out of this bearish consolidation And we got to get over around that 324 level to get back on the right side. It could just come up here to get rejected there, though. So just watch that with XDC. XLM's down 0.16% to 8.93 cents. It was down a little bit more. It pushed all the way down to 8.5. And now it created this bullish Gartley here at 8.64. So first area of resistance is at 9.06. Big resistance at 9.32, the pattern breakdown. So that's going to be the area. This could create a massive W reversal. These could be big liquidity grabs for further pushes, or they could come up for that rejection. So nobody has a crystal ball. We've got the total crypto market cap right now at 2.187 trillion, or down 2.72% to 61.627 billion. And it had a healthy drop as well. It stayed within this falling channel, though, which I find very interesting. Because if this plays true, it's starting to push bullish, and it was massively oversold in the daily. If it pushes bullish, we could make a return very quickly to 2.28 trillion. That's been the setup. It's been the setup, and if it plays the setup true, we could have a nice bullish bounce here. Support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support. If it just plays it true, you're looking at another retest. And it's been playing this, and these are falling channel consolidations. These are descending structures. These are typically bullish consolidations. We'll see, though, exactly. If it breaks down, then there is a real chance that you could come all the way down to that 1.9 trillion area. But right now, it looks like it held into a very interesting area. Bitcoin as well, it still ekes up just a little bit farther here as it's looking for a very bullish, I know it's crazy to say that, close here in the daily. Because when you go down there and hunt the 200-day in the daily support, and you backtest the bullish pennant here for Bitcoin, and it's back over that pivot point that it needs to hold on the pennant flag at 60,001. I mean, this would be an extremely important close here. And the fact that if you're not letting your emotion cloud you, that there is a very real chance that this is in fact an inverse head and shoulders pattern in the making, right in front of our very eyes. And we talked about this before this drop. I mean, this very well, and I'm drawing it over and over and over so you can see what I'm seeing. If that plays out, this would be a bullish continuation. It can't be confirmed until you're over that 69,652 area and hold it. But once you do, you could make a rally up to about 77,965, and that is not off the table. In fact, you needed to come back and backtest this, fill those gaps for me to feel comfortable that this could even happen. Look how oversold we still are in the 4 and 3 hourly, even after that mild bounce back. And we don't have to wait for the candle to close because I have mine in real time. So, I mean, this is breaking a little bullish here, right in front of our very eyes. But it could come back, you know, it could come for a rejection up there. But at least in these short indicators, what we're seeing, we look to be having a nice bounce back. We have a lot of room now, 200 points over that 60,150. So if it closes over this, that was seriously a wick down to backtest right now. The pennant flag breakout. This is crazy. Oh, yeah. I got to read what Tanya posted. Darn, holy crap, I almost forgot. Tanya, the funny thing is right when I seen your comment before I read it, it sparked my memory. So, let's see. Tanya said, in 6 days, the European Union regulated stablecoin laws go into effect. The MICA will enable issuers to mint euro-backed stablecoins. Watch out, liquidity is coming June 30th. So the MICA, which is markets and crypto assets, regulations go into effect on June 30th, 2024, primarily focused on establishing a regulatory framework for stablecoins and other crypto assets within the European Union. These rules aim to ensure that EU's financial services regulations support innovative technologies like distributed ledger technology, DLT, and blockchain. Key aspects of the MICA regulations include classifications of crypto assets. MICA markets and crypto assets distinguishes between e-money tokens, EMTs, and asset reference tokens, ARTs, each with specific regulatory requirements for issuers. That is such good information, Tanya, and keeping us ahead, might I say. You are keeping us away in the best way you know how, by sharing information to this beautiful community And honestly, I can't thank you enough. We really do something special here in the way of sharing information. And I know people are leaving because I said I was leaving, yada, yada, yada. But thank you all for tuning into this live. Thank you so much for tuning into the live. If you ever get anything out of what I do or you want to show your appreciation, consider joining Tom's Army. Get the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens in month 1. My face is superimposed on that emoji badge. In month 2, you get the Dusty's House Crypto News. Month 3, you get the XRP Meteor. Month 6, the XRP Predictor. 1 year, you get the XRP, or the I Told You So badge. 2 years, you get the XRP 589 Moon badge. Remember, 58.9 cents at the end of 2023, and that's exactly where we nailed it to the wall. And then the Diamond Hands, the XRP Diamond Hands at 3-year emoji badge. It just got put into place just about 2 weeks ago. No, not even a week ago. So, I'm excited where we're going on this journey. And if you do want to go above and beyond, you can always send a YouTube super chat. Or like I said, join Tom's Army. No donations or new members today. But we have hit the hearts. We've hit the spirits. And we've hit the positivity of this community tonight. I can feel it. We do positivity over negativity if you're here for the first time. We're not the victim here. We play the winner, and that's how we can stay ahead of the markets. And we can have a basic understanding of how to not get controlled within the market. How to not get slaughtered. You know? So, I love being here with all of you, and I'm glad that you took some time here this evening to spend with me for about an hour here. I'm going to go inside and see how Julie's doing, see how my son's doing. He was napping, but he's getting close to his last feed through his GI tube. And before I leave, let's read this. So, Peter Schiff's issues, gloomy. Nope, we're going to save this. We're going to save this because we're going to talk about Peter Schiff tomorrow. No, yeah, I want to save that for tomorrow. While everybody's here and they have to listen to it. And then if you stayed, Ripple CBDC Advisor highlights key feature of digital euro. The European Central Bank, ECB, recently published an updated report detailing the progress of the digital euro project since the start of its preparation phase in November 2023. Trying to piggyback off of what Tanya said. This phase aims to build on the previous results and lay the groundwork for potential issuance by October of 2025. The current focus is on finalizing the rulebook and selecting vendors to develop the necessary platform and infrastructure. And remember, video description below and or pinned comments, you've got HOTCOIN, where I'm doing my copy trading, where some of you are in the trade right now, but you can also trade on the platform. They've got so many different assets, so many different ecosystems, it's scary. If you don't want to trade there, you can always trade on BLOFIN, as I'm trying to get more people to copy trade with me there as well. No trades open because I don't have enough people there. We've got 28 people copy trading us on HOTCOIN, so we've got a little bit of a following started as we're in our first true trade. Down $13 with the other two that have opened and closed, but they were testing purposes. One was to test stop loss, and one was to see how quick it would close on a forced close. So it's a totality of about $13.60 down. This trade's up a little bit, but it's not even relevant at that point. So you can join me in my ventures. If you're looking for an exchange to trade and you're like, the hell with copy trade, and I don't want either of those, look at BITUNIX in the video description below and our pinned comments. It's HOTCOIN. If you're in the USA, it's the first one. The second one's for overseas. You have 2 different apps, and BLOFIN's worldwide as well. No VPN on any of the ones I talk about. The lowest spot and leverage trading fees you will find on the market. Period. My plan is not to throw my money away so the exchanges can get richer. So progress being made at the digital euro. The results of the technical work conducted in the following areas: privacy of the digital euro's offline functionality and the rulebooks. Key design features of the digital euro. For example, for online digital euro payments, privacy measures would ensure the ecosystem as issuer and payment infrastructure provider cannot directly link transactions to specific individuals. Offline privacy is also a priority, with only the payer and the payee being privy to the transaction details in offline scenarios. In addition, the offline functionality of the new currency would allow users to make payments without an internet connection after pre-funding their digital euro accounts via the internet or an ATM. Wildfare's comments follow Ripple's significant involvement in the initiative, as the company was a gold sponsor at the Digital Euro Conference in February, which covered several critical topics, including the design, legal consideration, and cross-border payments of upcoming innovation. Thank you all for tuning into this live. Make sure to hit that like button on the way out. Subscribe, and if you made it till the end, hashtag be better, do better in the comments. I hope to see you all here tomorrow night. I'll attempt to do a better job than we did tonight, and we'll try to learn even more than we thought we knew today. Stay blessed, everybody, and thank you for giving me your time, because after all, our time is the most precious thing we have to give.